Somebody decided I want to play Barrier Statue Stone. We also have Bird FTK, ABC, and some other cool decks. Let's go take a look, shall we? Make sure you guys smash the credit to that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. The first list I actually have here is a 9th place finish out of, I think this was a 24-man local. That might not be anything too impressive to you guys, but it's freaking Barrier Statue Stun. It's been a little while since I've actually seen a deck like this function here, and Adam Watkins stepped up to the challenge and said, you know what, we're going to see what we can do with this. So as you guys know, all the Barrier Statue monsters include some sort of penalty for not being allowed to special summon anything other than the element that is present for it. So we have 2 Drought, 1 Inferno, triple copies of Storm Winds, and 1 copy of Barrier Statue of the Torrents, along with triple copies of Fossil Dyna, Paki, Savilo. Now remember, all 10 of these are probably going to be your best things. You might want to move around some of these Barrier Statues, like you can drop down Winds and play like more Fires or something, based on how the format shapes up for you. We also have 2 Mage Power, 1 copy of Moon Mirror Shield, triple copies of Pot of Duality, 2 Prosperity, the 2 Armory Call, or triple Armory Card, or triple copies of Crackdown, triple copies of Ice Dragon's Prison, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, 1 Macrocosmo, triple copies of Dynamiscus, triple Solemn Judgment, and triple copies of Torrential Tribute. Wrapping up the main deck. Down here in the extract, we have 2 Unicorn, 2 IP Masquerena, triple access code, 1 copy of the Almarduke, 1 Trinity, 1 Adoration, 1 Starving Gun, 1 Trifoverdum, 1 Chimera, 1 Swan, and 1 copy of Borreload Furious. And we have triple Nibiru, triple copies of Stardust Dragon, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, triple copies of Super Polymerization, and triple copies of Starlight Road here. Wrapping up, yeah, just protect the monster. That's why you actually play the Armory Calls here. You can just add an equipped spell card from your deck to your hand, and then equip 1 appropriate monster you control with it. Haha, so you actually just pull out the Moon Mirror Shield, or you can pull out the Mage Powers. I mean, if you got 4 back row set, or 3 back row set when you fire this, I mean, this is a free 2,000 boost on top of your Barrier Statue that your opponent's just going to stare at you and go, what do you want me to do, kid? Alright, cool options here. Now, this is Bird FTK. I swear to you that this is actually just Tri-Brigade, but the thing that Akano has been doing with this for locals has got to do with Recital Starling. So all battle damage you take from battles involving this Exceed Summon card is also inflicted to your opponent. Me looking at you, Lava Golem. So you got some cool little interactions here where you can just Lava Golem over your opponent's mon. I know this is all like Game 2 shenanigans here, but it's the stupid fact that this deck can actually do it. So you can Recital Starling on over the opponent, or give your opponent's monsters big boosto, and then just crash in and do your thing. And, you know, yeah, this is all part of the shenanigans here. Alright. So we have 1 copy of Astral Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of Storm Winds, 1 copy of Droll and Lockbird. We have 1 Kinkaboyo, triple copies of the Barrel Canary, 2 copies of the Celestine Wagtail, triple copies of the Cobalt Sparrow, triple copies of the Sapphire Swallow, triple copies of the Turquoise Warbler, 1 Nibiru, triple Fractal, 1 Karis, and triple copies of Nerval. We have 1 Called by the Grave, triple Crossout Designator, 1 Dark Ruler No More, triple Droplets, triple Bird Call, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 1-for-1, and 1 Infinite Impermanence. Down in the extract, we have 2 copies of Shrug, 1 Baron, 1 Sovereignty, 1 Link Karibo, 1 F-Zero with 1 Utopic Future Draco, triple Recital Starling, 1 Ensemble Robin, 2 copies of Ensemble Nightingale, and 2 Zeus. And then we have 1 Dark Simorg, triple copies of Lava Golem, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Anti-Spell Fragrance, triple Evenly Matched, 2 copies of Harpy's Featherstorm, 1 Imperial Order, and of course 1 Red Rebuto here, wrapping up this pretty straightforward bird list, honestly. Next up here is ABC. This is easy as 1, 2, 3. Every time I look at this deck, nothing ever really changes, alright? It's just, you always have the 1 Union Driver, you always have the 3 unauthorized reactivations. You know, in terms of like spice, this build's got like the Hornet Drones, the Engage package here, so you can climb up and do what you want to do a whole lot easier, ladies and gentlemen. I think that that's pretty straightforward for really what you want this deck to do at this point in time. So ABC's build board, laugh at the opponent, and do what they do. If they don't do what they do, they cry. So we have triple copies of A Assault Core, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Bee Buster Draco, 2 copies of the Sea Crush Wyvern, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Gamma Steel, 2 copies of Ghost Ball in the Haunted Mansion, 1 Union Driver, 1 Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Forbidden Chalice, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Mystic Mine, triple copies of Potted Azizes, 1 copy of Seto Rotation, 1 copy of the Hornet Drones, 1 Widow Anchor, and 1 copy of the Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. Then we have 1 Terraforming, 1 Triple Tactics Talents, triple copies of the Unauthorized Reactivation, triple copies of Union Hanger, and triple copies of Infinite Permanence here, wrapping up the main deck. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, 1 Kagari, 1 copy Platinum Gadget, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Cross Sheep, 1 Apolloso, 1 Access Code, 1 Dugeris, 1 Baguski, and triple copies of the Dragon Turd. Then we have 2 Lancia, 2 Nibiru, 1 Token Collector, 1 Hadoken, 1 Harvey's Feather Duster, 2 Twin Twisters, triple copies of Anti-Spell, and triple copies of Dimensional Barrier here, wrapping up everybody's favorite A, B, C strategy. Next up here is add Ignister Turbo, and you know, we've seen this deck function. It's pretty much fallen off at this point in time because when you're in mega hand trap format where you got Nibiru's, Imperms, Veilers, Ash Blossoms, these break-a-board cards that just smash through your entire game plan of trying to even touch down to your win con, which is this big 4,000 monster, it actually feels really bad. There's not a lot of things that you can really do once you kind of start getting disrupted here, but yeah, once he touches down, you might be in a good place where your opponent just makes access code and attacks over, whichever happens first, actually. So we have triple copies of Chi-Chi-Chi-Chi. We have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. We have 1 copy of the Barurururu, 1 copy of Danmari, 2 copies of Doyon, triple copies of Effect Veiler, 1 copy of the Gachakiri at Ignister, 1 copy of Hayari, 2 copies of Parallel Exceed. We got triple copies of Picari, 1 copy of Eye Contact, triple copies of I Meet You, 2 copies of Idol Reborn, 1 Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple copies of Signet Mining, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple copies of Ignister Island, 1 Terraforming, and triple copies of Infinite Permanence here, wrapping up the main deck. Down here in the next deck, we have 1 Update Jammer, the 1 Transcode Talker, the 1 At Arrival, 2 copies of Splash Mage, 1 Security, 1 Link Spider, the 1 Fire Phoenix, 1 Dark Templar, 2 copies of Dark Infant, 1 Wick Kid, 1 Access Code, 1 Light Dragon, and 1 Wind Dragon. Inside deck here we have triple Lancia, triple Droll, triple Nibiru, triple copies of Dark Roll No More, 2 Twin Twisters, and 1 copy of Red Rebuto here, wrapping up Me Want Make Big Monster, Laugh at Opponent, the deck. It's not necessarily like something crazy powerful, but this is a step in the right direction in terms of like coolness. Next up here, we have more bugs. This was a first place finish out of a locals by Nacilian Magalius, I believe. This is actually one of the other lists that I've seen. This is no DPE package here, by the way. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of Battle Wasp, triple copies of Pin the Bullseye, triple copies of the Sting the Poison, 1 copy of Twin Blow. We have 1 Roller, triple Scale Bomber, triple Scout Buggy, 2 copies of Sting Lancer, 1 Doom Dozer, 2 copies of Gokipo, 1 Mighty Neptune, 1 Kumamungus, triple copies of Resonance Insect, 1 Retaliating Sea, 1 Scary Moth, 1 copy of the Squatter. Then we have 1 Beat Trooper Descent, 1 Formation, 1 Called by the Grave, triple copies of Forbidden Chalice, 1 Gold Shark. We have 2 Talents, 1 copy of Fly and Sting, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, and triple copies of Psalm Steed Right. Then we have 1 copy of the Shinobi Insect, 2 Papillion, 1 Almirage, the 1 Avermax, 2 copies of Pico Felinia, 2 copies of Invincible Atlas. Then we have triple copies of Armorhorn, 1 Syncada King, 1 Zeus, and 1 Halberd the Charger. Then we have triple Lancia, 2 Retaliating Sea, 2 Dark Roll No More, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Twin Twisters, 1 Imperial Order, 1 Red Reboot, and triple copies of Rivalry of the Warlords here. Wrapping up your chunk of deck profiles today, guys. What do you guys think about all this coolness here? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Smash the like crap out of that subscribe button, so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day with some more cool awesome content. Any deck lists you guys ever have too, feel free to send them on over to my inbox. I'll see your beautiful faces later. Peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.